Yeah, Mike here again. Another quick Bible study. This one on what were Jesus Christ and his cousin, really, John the Baptist, who prepared the way for Christ, as it said in the Old Testament scripture. What were they like? He prepares the way from the desert, or whatever. That was referring to John the Baptist, who baptized and prepared the way for Jesus Christ and him setting up his new religion under his name, Christ. So, what was Jesus Christ and John the Baptist? John the Baptist like? Well, quite frankly, they told it like it was. People assume today they want syrupy, unctuous voice and lies. If you come on forward and tell it like it is, they assume you're rude. They take it as rudeness. In other words, basically telling the truth and maybe an inflection of the voice, as it says, be angry and sin not. You have a right and the emotion of anger, but not to sin, become sin yourself, meaning you cross the line, right? Like telling someone where to go or something after you become angry. Well, so Jesus told the Pharisees, hey, you do this, you pray about this, you say about, you can pray, you can curse this or that, or you can, but do not curse the temple treasury or this or that, something to that effect. The money was the most important to them. And he said, you Pharisees are in danger of the judgment because they weren't repentant or living in sin. And John the Baptist accosted his head. Well, you can't die unless God allows you. It was his time and that reason and on and on. But either way, it cost John the Baptist his head when he's told, when he was brought in before Herod, I think it was, right? And he was having a party. And his daughter, I think, danced lewdly, or stepdaughter, or I think it was daughter, whatever. But either way, he asked her what he wanted. His mother whispered to her to say that he wanted John the Baptist's head because John the Baptist told it like it was in front of him and said, hey, well, why you, Herod? I think I'm pretty sure. Why did you take your brother's wife? He was alive, not like the Old Testament. Anyway, it's another story. In the Old Testament, the second brother would take it, and the first son, if the brother died, had no children, and the first son would be for the first brother to keep the lineage going. A few seconds left. But back to, so John the Baptist told it like it was too. It cost him his head because Herod's wife was mad that he said, why'd you take your brother's wife? And told her daughter to ask for his head when the king said he'd give her anything for her dancing. Okay, so tell it like it was, nothing wrong with that. Okay, bye.